Awesome. Woo! I got to turn it down on my... There we go. It was blaring through those stereo phones or headphones or whatnot. Well, hello, folks. Wes Williams joining me in the broadcast booth. Brandon Harnish, I'm told, is enjoying his time with Tim LaBarbera. I'm sure Dave Boyer and others are out doing something fun this evening. But tonight we've got the United Federation of Planets, managed and owned, yes, by Wes here in the booth, and the Mandalore. So these are two teams, both teams coming in at 1-1, and Wes, your team comes in having won a dramatic 44-42 game against Dave's squad, Blue Moon, and then they dropped one just the last broadcast.
You know, we learned a lot in the regular season, so, you know, we're getting a little better.
Good, good. Well, you got 2 games down and 6 to go starting tonight, so...
Here we go.
So you've still got a while to go. So we got the coin toss here, seeing which team will go. So I didn't get a chance to just ask you, you know, the good old general shooting the bowl stuff. You did have a good holiday season and stuff.
I had an excellent holiday season. It was
season, you know.
Well, wonderful time spent with family.
Good.
But at the same time, you're like, the holidays are done because the holidays around in church are kind of crazy.
Yeah, that's true. That's your time to have a lot to do. Oh, my. The fumble on the play by Mandalore, and it's recovered by your defensive tackle, undrafted. Or, excuse me, fumble by UFP. Yeah, I'm sorry. It's Jordan CT. You were right. Your instincts were right. I called it wrong. I tell you, Wes, these defensive tackles are going to be crazy. He's got 2 of them. They're super fast. They're super fat. They're going to be a bear to deal with. Although it gives you the ball, so that's good. That's good. No, but that's good. Getting to see family is nice.
How about yourself?
I enjoyed it, yeah. I had about a week run between both sides of the family and then Purdue's bowl game in Detroit that I got to go to. And that completion is to an undrafted player. Wes has got 4 different receivers that he drafted, but that guy is not one of them, ironically. So, that's good to hear, Wes. Yes.
Come on. Throw that ball. Oh, here we go. Here we go.
Throwing it. Look out. Oh, that was close, man. Dude, there they are slapping each other. That's number 96, Jabba the Hutt. And this is a Jabba the Hutt like on rockets, you know. He's fast. This isn't your dad's Jabba the Hutt.
No.
Yeah, or whoever's. Oh, Dave's ready to go, so we're going to try to integrate Dave here on the fly as Mandalore gets set up to run their offense. So, it is the 326, 27, 28, 29. Okay, here we go. So, a nice catch by Strong Bad as Mandalore begins the drive, and we are now joined by Dave. And it's good to have Dave in the booth with us. So I'll try not to be talking.
Hey.
Yeah. Hey.
Yeah. Hello, everyone. Sorry I'm late. Just kind of overslept.
Oh, that's all right, man. We'll give you. You were only 3.5 minutes late, so I think we'll give it to you. So yeah. So how's the job treating you, man? Is it all right?
It was exhausting for the past 2 days of work.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I kind of worked like maybe combined like 18 hours in the last 2 days. So 9 hours. Yeah, it was another day in the office.
Yeah, I guess so. You do that regularly. That's Bret Hart there on the sideline catch, but. So you work long hours regularly? Do you do one of those things where you're like 4 days a week with long hours, or?
It was kind of busy, so it's like inconsistent. So.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just more with New Year's. Yeah, Wes.
Well, I was gonna say, Dave, for those of us that might be listening into our game this evening, that don't know where you're working, I myself included, tell us where you work.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Okay, I work in this place called Ophthalmology Consultant. It's an eye doctor facility, and my job is kind of basically like checking like everyone's health insurance to see if they're eligible for an eye exam. So you guys are, so if you're coming in, I'm gonna probably check your benefits, but I'm not gonna tell you what it is. See if you're eligible or not.
Okay.
It's against against regulations. So moving right along.
You're that guy.
You're one of those the paper push. I hate to say paper pushing insurance people that we sometimes get frustrated with because we don't understand why our coverage has either been accepted or denied.
That's a good answer, Wes.
Makes a lot of sense.
I am one of those guys.
All right, so now we're updated. Mandalore with the field goal drive, although, Wes, your United Federation of Planets defense did a pretty good job swarming to the ball, stopping that Brett Hart screen. Yeah, so you gotta celebrate sometimes, and that's your major player there, Wes, number 88, Optimus Prime, taking the kickoff return. This guy is a beast. He is as tall as Megatron, but he's even faster. He is just a stud.
You know, I'm honored to have him on my team.
Good work. I don't know about Ric Flair, though, Dave. I think that was a pretty lackluster pass.
That's what he was on Sunday. Very ineffective.
Exactly. Almost picked off by Predator. Or no, that's not Predator. Wrong team. My bad. Nameless
Here we go
undrafted.
again. Ric Flair, well, he may be a world heavyweight champion, but I hate to tell you, he is one ineffective quarterback, so, and he just got sacked.
Yeah.
Oh,
man.
Oh, that's sad.
Yeah, it is. I think you've got a lot of good receivers.
What is that defender doing?
Man.
Like he had a blocker on him, and the blocker just decided, no, I don't want to block him anymore.
Yeah, I know. I mean, that's not even one of the two DTs that are so dominant. That was just a normal old guy. But your guy, Ric Flair, he's got all kinds of options. He's just got to get rid of the ball, you know? He's holding
the ball too long.
Most definitely.
Exactly.
And when you hold the ball too long, most likely the offensive line will get wear down, and guess what? The defensive line will knock you out.
Very true. Well, as Gandalf and the Mandalore offense gets prepared to go down the field, and a nice completion. Ooh, yes, an appropriate cringe from West. That's John McClane from Die Hard, who has struggled in the early going for Mandalore. I'm sure it's nice for Jordan to see him finally get a nice catch, as well as I know Jordan and I watched our share of 80s action films, but that was one we didn't get to, but he's living it up on the gridiron. But anyway, I think at some point, Wes, we'll have to hear more about your holiday excursions.
Because I first want to comment on the fact that how many universes could you ever be in that or universe you could ever be in where Gandalf is going to toss to somebody from Die Hard?
Oh, only in this place, as a huge interception happens.
Whoa!
What just happened here? He was staying in the pocket for a long time, and he was even blitzing him.
Yeah, he's got all day to throw.
Yeah.
But he still gets picked off.
And the problem is, he threw it into triple coverage.
Yes, most definitely. It's like, sometimes
we can't throw a typical pass. We've got to make the pass difficult. That makes the catch all that more worthwhile, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, apparently. But a good break for you, Wes, as your squad now has a first down, a nice completion there to number 84, Smeagol. So the former Hobbit with his first catch, a nice route by Smeagol. So, our odd universe continues to have people from all over the fantasy spectrum pop up.
Yep.
Yeah. Only in our universe, Wes, I think is my belated answer.
Only in a universe that we could create people like that exist. So, you know.
Exactly. Totally agree. There's Optimus Prime getting in on it.
There we go.
Dude, I was, and this will especially be for Dave, but you'll find it interesting too, Wes. I saw a brief thing on Calvin Johnson that said his 40 was only like 9/10 of a second short of Calvin Johnson, despite the fact that this guy is like 4 or 5 inches taller and outweighs him by 40 pounds. I mean, it's no wonder this guy does what he does. Tough sledding for Gonzo there.
I can tell you, this is a pass-dominated team. None of the rushing game from either team is living up to our expectations.
Definitely. I mean, these two teams between them have a total of 3 players that were drafted on defense and like something like 13 or 14 drafted on offense, though right there, that's one of them, Fat Bastard with the sack.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you know what? Fat Bastard and Java Hutt are like 2 guys that you don't want to mess with because they're big, they're fast, and they penetrate real well. And so far, given the beat, a lot of success for the first portion of the season. And here we go again, another sack.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
4 sacks already, and we're still in the first quarter. But, you know, Wes, your defense is playing well enough to keep you in the game, so that's a good thing. All right, well, I think we've finally reached a period of at least temporary calm enough, Wes, for, you know, if you're willing, I'm curious as to what all you know, I'm sure you were extremely busy given that it was the holidays and such, so did you have a cantata of some sort? Was that one of the aspects that was in the mix, or what all was going down?
Really, the holidays at my church are kind of, they start the week almost like you could say 4 weeks before Thanksgiving.
Okay.
We have an annual production of Charles Dickens' A Christmas Carol, the musical.
Okay.
It is a musical version of A Christmas Carol. You know, Ebenezer Scrooge, all that.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I'm the producer for that, which basically means the director tells me what to do and I try to get it done. And then along with that, you got all your regular church duties. So you have 3 weeks of rehearsals for that, and then you have the week of the show.
Right.
And so you've turned around, realize, we do this the weekend before Thanksgiving. So we turn around, get done with that.
Yeah.
And then we get to Thanksgiving Sunday.
Okay.
Which, is it's not a major holiday, but, there's just a little bit you want to think through the, Thanksgiving.
Well, yeah, sure.
So you get through Thanksgiving, and then you turn around and realize, oh shoot, I only have a month until Christmas.
Yeah.
So, and at our church, you have lots of little things, like most churches do. They have things they do at the holidays that they do every year. And you have to kind of make sure that all of those little check marks get checked.
Sure.
You can be creative in your Christmas Eve service, in your Christmas Sunday service, but you have certain things you have to make sure that we've sung this song, we've done it this way, that was a really nice kick.
Right. It was. There you go. No, but I get you. I'm following you. We're doing 2 at once. Yeah, so...
Well,
So Wes, how many shows that you have done during that time?
Well, we only do it the one weekend. We'll do a Thursday night, and then a Thursday night dress rehearsal. We'll do a Friday night, and then we'll do 2 on Saturday. And now realize this is a show, and so you've got some different props and things that get set up in the sanctuary for this.
Sure.
And so Saturday night, you have to take as much of that down as you can because you've got to have church in there the next morning.
Right.
And you have some people in our church that for one reason or another are not a fan of having a play being done in your church.
Oh, yeah.
Even though it's a church, I mean, it's an outreach event for our church.
Right, but I can understand that.
You know, they don't like seeing all of the props and all that kinds of things. They don't like seeing all of the sets and all that kind of stuff. They just don't like seeing that in the church for whatever reason.
No, but I understand it, and so that means you got to take all that stuff down with whoever probably happens to stick around, and
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So. All right. Well, Wes may have a little more to tell, but as those of you who have been watching have seen, Mandalore, Gandalf's being slow is really hampering them with the speed of UFP's defense starting to show up, and this mix of Flair's short passing and Gonzo's running is starting to move the ball a little bit. But yeah, Wes, were there any more things that of kind of those little here and there bits that help make the Christmas season around your church both, enjoyable and special, but also pretty busy for you that we left out, or was that?
Well, no, I was just just to kind of I'll wrap it up because obviously I don't want to spend all the time talking about this.
But I wanted to take a
No. I'm with you.
Okay.
One of the little things that we have is
boy! Look at his ball! He's carrying that ball! He takes the tackle!
He's gone!
Get out! Oh, Wes, your team was moving the ball well and everything. It's an undrafted player. He's carrying that ball like a whatever. What do you think about this, Dave?
Well, honestly, he read the play real good, and I don't know why Chris Flair was throwing that ball to him, and honestly, poor tackling on the separation part.
Oh yeah.
There was like 2 or 3 opportunities that he could have been tackled.
Totally. He just shakes
And he
him.
got 2 many missed tackles, and here we are, a pick 6, and Mandalore has a 2-possession lead.
Yeah, definitely. Although, Wes, your squad's moving the ball, so I think that you wipe out that play. It's a tough one to come back from, but your team has kind of started to take over the game other than that one play. That said, you were still in the middle of wrapping up, so...
So you get through all of that, you get through all of the Thanksgiving stuff, the play is done and everything. We're one of the only churches in the city of Marion that will still have our Christmas Eve service at 11 o'clock.
Okay.
Yes, you heard me right. We do our Christmas Eve service is at 11 o'clock.
Right.
We do. The service has. Oh man, injury.
Yeah, Ray Rose. I didn't see his position, but he's not one of your big stud receivers, but.
That will count our blessings in disguise.
Yes.
God have mercy, may he be back on the field.
Oh, Gonzo. Poor Gonzo. I'm just, it's Matt Bastard from Austin Powers just enveloping Gonzo, if you can picture this in his face.
No. It's not Gonzo. It's like number 17. Gonzo.
Oh, so Gonzo's out of the game. Thanks for that catch, Dave.
Oh.
Is it a running back, Dave, or was it some kind of an end around? Whoa, it's going deep down the sideline. Whoa. As West is on end zone, it's number 84, Smeagol.
Woohoo.
Wow. Well, what happened there, Dave? I'm surprised they didn't give us a replay.
Well, honestly, what happened was, Rick Flair was going back to pass, and honestly, Smeagol made a good directional play, and Rick Flair threw the ball very well, and Smeagol was right on target and made a big play, and Federation Plants is back in the.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, Flair not known for his arm. Honestly, I think that's about as deep as Flair can wing it, but he is accurate, and you got Smeagol's speed, and yeah, like you say, Smeagol ran a great route. Flair was right on, exactly like you said.
Well, like we said in the past game, he is a gunslinger after all.
That's true. Oh, as more of these Gandalf runs just crippling this offense. They're set to 85% pass, so there's nothing more I can do about it. They're bound and determined to run him a little bit in this offense.
much too early to do that, Ron, because you may have two possessions like a minute ago, and now you're down to a 3-point game.
Yeah, now that's an end around the strong bad, just trying to get it in the ball of the playmaker's hands. Nothing doing. 3rd and 4. Wes, we had to interrupt you yet again, but it's because your team is making this a game. They are fired up, man. Sheesh.
I'm surprised. I'm hearing a lot recently. You talk about in the NFL that a lot of times the NFL started out being a run game.
Yeah.
And you threw the pass to open up the run.
Right.
And now you've got you do a run to just open up the passing game, which totally I don't fully understand how it transitioned from a runner's game to a quarterback. Like your quarterbacks can make or break. Now you can sit here and analyze all the individual quarterbacks, and you can figure out what it is that they're actually bringing. I don't understand the history of the NFL and how that's come to be.
I think the story is like I think back in the 40s, like Green Bay Packers had a great wide receiver by the name of Don Hudson, and at one point he had a record of 99 touchdowns passing for his career, which held like almost 45 years, and they kind of realized that the passing game could be a great way to generate like more points.
Yeah, that's right. Up until that point, it had hardly been a part of the game at all.
Yeah, I think they averaged like, I don't know, like 10, 15 points like back in the day. And honestly, the football back then was very, very hard, very large, and actually pass interference was not even like implemented yet. So
yeah,
you could take a wide receiver down and you would not get called in any way, shape, or form.
Most definitely. Okay. Yeah, because that probably I think Dave's got it right on. I mean, a lot of it's been rules changes, just slowly but surely. In the 90s, they changed it to favor the passing game even more, and then we Colts fans all remember this playoff game where the Patriots just mugged the Colts receivers, and after the outcry from that, they, made it even tougher on defenders, and what that means is they'll make it easier to get pass interference called, so they can't be as physical. They can't hardly touch the guy anymore, and it just leads to more passes complete and the passing game being easier to accomplish, and so it's utilized more and more.
Yeah, okay. That makes sense.
The idea is to make the game more competitive and more fun. Like, you could see like all fans getting a lot of excitement for like Drew Brees and Matthew Stafford would throw pass after pass and touchdown after touchdown, and frankly, this Saturday we're going to see a good one.
Oh yeah, Saints Lions. I don't like a lot of the other ones, but that's going to be a great one. Joseph Merrick, the Elephant Man, just short. You had a chance to tie it up at the break, Wes. But still a good drive. Could have done without those couple of sacks on Flair. But, there was a second there where I thought Mandalore might run away with this one like they did the other night against Dave's own Blue Moon Bears. But your guys are hanging in so far.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, deep down the...
Who was he throwing to?
Well, I didn't get a number down on the sideline.
I think well, that guy was trying to throw to like one receivers, and honestly, he overthrew it.
Yeah, most definitely.
Honestly, if it was well precise, you could see like a good touchdown.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's play a game.
Yeah, I'm actually having some problems.
Oh! Incomplete.
But it was close, apparently.
At the end of the first half, the score is 10-7.
Good first half.
Yeah, I think the first half was really exciting so far. Like, pretty close game. Like, it looked like dominant for first quarter for like Mandalore, but second quarter, like Federation has been coming along. So, It depends who shows up the most in the second half. Like, which team it is, you'll most likely win the game.
It'll definitely be who takes the dominant step first. That's true.
Yeah. I would say so. Okay, I think if you guys could just tell me go at the 25-20 mark is the best thing I can think of, because I got totally off kilter. Yeah, I have no idea where it is now, but that's what I found.
25-20.
Right now?
I'm at it right now. So,
okay, hey, I think I was probably behind by a little bit.
Should we sync?
Let's try 2608.
2608. Okay.
Okay, so they're lining up.
25-41, 25-42, 25-43.
Okay.
Or 25-47.
Okay.
25-50. 25-55. 25-26. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Okay. Oh man, mine's going completely haywire now. You guys just keep going.
If we're still recording, if we're still recording, the game has gotten off. We'll start here in a second now.
Okay. All right, are we to 25-40 yet?
Oh, we passed that, Corey.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dave, pause. Let's get a pause here.
No, don't pause yet. That's okay.
Pause.
Yeah, just keep going.
Okay.
I'll get a handle on mine at some. Okay. 28-20. That's way out ahead. I'll let you guys handle it until you get there. And at 28-20, if you can just tell me when, then we'll be good to go.
Okay. Again, I'll throw that fast. Oh! And a great attack by number 50 on whoever the guy is. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, that'd be an undrafted player. There's no 50 on either team, so.
Federation Plants is coming along with their D. Ooh. Now that would be a great tackle for, like the Donka Sue would do. Well, nevertheless, it's screening out for Mandalore, and Federation Plants will get the ball back.
Okay.
Go.
Yeah, good news for Wes.
Corey, we're at 27-40.
Okay. I'm ready once we get closer. Once we get in towards it.
I think that is the first run that Federation of Planets has run this game.
Might be true. I mean, your team was kind of built to be a wide-open passing game. If you want, I can certainly adjust the sliders to change that. Or, you can wait till the end of the game and evaluate. But we can definitely adjust those settings for next game.
15, Corey, we're at 28.
Okay.
18, 19, 20.
Okay, I'm caught up. All right, sweet. But yeah, Wes, we can definitely shift those. There's a... Okay, incomplete. Good.
I was going to say, just as I say that, he gets a fumble. No, not a fumble.
But it was incomplete, another attempted pass. Yeah, I think right now it's at 85% pass, which is the max, and we can certainly slide that. It goes by 5, so anywhere along that you want, we can customize that. And it'll be ready by your next game.
Yeah.
Because I think while we're at it, the one I actually recorded for next week that I just got done recording was Mobile at Constantinople, as Tim gets ready for a stretch of 7 weeks in a row, games that will feature the Byzantines. It just works out that it's easier on me to record to do that way. But anyway, it'll be Mobile and Constantinople next week. But kind of with the lineups, as long as I know before I record it, I can adjust those things. That was really long-winded and such, but there, we got it out. Good old Paul Malone on the catch there. But yeah, Wes, would you like to see them run every once in a while?
watching them right now, the game has been fine because obviously we're making a sport of it. It's only 10-7. One touchdown or a field goal, we're tied or we're talking about taking the lead. I was just surprised, and I hadn't thought about it until I saw him do a run. I'm thinking back through the game so far, I'm thinking, I don't think he's done a run yet.
Well, yeah, I think Gonzo got the call once, maybe, but I could be wrong. We'll have to look back at it. But yeah, it's totally up to you. A lot of your talent is at receiver, but Gonzo is there, and even if you have a bunch of receivers, 85% is really intense,
Dave, it goes back to what you're talking. It goes back to how you were describing passing versus running.
Yeah.
If you have such a strong passing game, you need to have at least try to do the run.
Yeah.
Somewhat, in order, if not, to just literally give your receivers a break and give your quarterback.
Yeah. Well, I think we may look at 65-35 for you next time then. That may be a better mix. Your team will still look to pass, but we'll probably see Gonzo carry the ball a little more that way. And David sounded like you wanted to weigh in too.
Yeah. Getting a little fed up with Gates run like 2.4 per yard.
Yeah.
That ain't gonna cut it. Like, I wonder if they Arian Foster and Murray Stone ever get 2.4 yards. The answer is never so far in their career.
Definitely is a huge play. Another big play for that defense. Oh boy. Hancock. So apparently Mandalore has a overweight Will Smith in the movie Hancock that we did not know about before, and that brother is just palming that ball and taking it all the way to the end zone.
The interesting part is all touchdowns that Mandalore score. Turnovers.
Yeah, that's right. That's right, Dave. His defense has done a wonderful job. Is now Ric Flair. I don't know what he was clutching there, but that's.
It looked like it was his wrist. It looked like the throwing arm he was clutching.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, that could be bad. Of course, something to pay attention to for our fans is starting next week. We're actually going to have 5 weeks in a row that will be in the same dynasty. So for the first time, injuries will start to play a factor. Although for Wes, injuries from this game won't be carrying over. You're going to be playing Tim in week 4, so there might be some mystery injuries that pop up on you, whereas Dave will be playing him in week 2 of that dynasty. But anyway, that'll be something to look out for too. Oh, another sack. I mean, Dave, I know your quarterback, Churchill, gets injured a lot, so number 12 may make the start by default, if he's going into that.
Yeah, I hate to break that, because I think Churchill's really fragile.
Yeah, he is.
And we don't have a decent quarterback. Well, maybe the backup from a few weeks back, oh man, another
Yeah,
sack.
that's what I'm saying. That guy may make the start. Although, yeah, he didn't seem much better.
Oh, the stinking ball!
Yeah, he is just holding on to it way too long. Look at that stat line on Fat Bastard. Are you kidding me? Now that's a season total. So that's actually Fat Bastard's total through 3 games. 10 sacks, but still. Oh, he's there! Oh, he overthrew him.
Man, I could tell you what, Fat Bastard's pulling Jared Allen off.
He is from the defensive tackle position.
He's a huge dude. I wouldn't want to block him.
I know. Well, and then you've got Jabba that kind of takes up blockers too. You can't double team both of them, or else you get things like Will Smith, aging Fat Hancock, is unblocked and picks up the fumble and scores. His D-line is just a bear. Underneath pass is complete.
That was a nice play. That was a well-designed play right there.
I agree. Oh, and Wes, I know we will be glad to have you join us every single week, but I think, there's going to be a natural inclination to want to to really want to join when your team's coming up. So just FYI, the next time the Federation are going to be in action that we'll record is the 25th. I mean, of course, I'll be sending out weekly reminders of the game of that week. So we hope to have you join us if you have time next week, but just as an FYI, Marion will be in action next on the 25th. I did
look at that. I had a chance to look at the schedule before I got on.
Oh crap! February the 1st. I'm sorry, February the 1st.
Yeah, I knew it was something like I was really intrigued by how the games are laid out.
Oh yeah, it's another touchdown from Mandalore. That's going to make the tough comeback. But yeah, I will admit it's pretty quirky. It's fairly bizarre.
Well, it was just interesting to see some teams that have several games in a row and then seem to go non-existent for the rest of the season.
Yeah.
And some of us are like, oh, every little once in a while there's a game, and then there's some of them that are like non-existent at the start, and you see like, oh look, they're playing already. How long?
Well, the factors that I had going into this is at first I thought Tim might get an Xbox, and so Brandon and I are playing for the most part each other over Xbox Live. We're actually playing the game. And Tim might have been in that group too, so we would have just been playing each other. But then it kind of looked like Tim wouldn't be able to do that, so I had to work him back into the schedule. And then on top of that, it's easier for me to just have a big dynasty file where one team plays a bunch of games. And so that's why the same 4 teams have been playing thus far. And so then basically we're going to have Constantinople go on a run of 7 in a row. Then there's a few games interspersed, and then Republican Skin goes on a roll to end the season.
Yeah.
And the reason I did that is so that I hope Kerry will get interested in this, but he seemed the least interested among us, so I thought I'd put his towards the end, so that way if I miss a week or something, we have to change the schedule, it'd be his games getting bumped. Nothing against him, he just didn't seem as interested as some of the rest of us. So that is the method behind the madness. I'm sure it still makes little sense, but you are right. That's the way that's kind of the way it's laid out. So.
Well, we kind of
Dave, did you know?
Jabba Hutt just made another sack. So.
Oh, we did.
I was going to say, Dave, did you notice that he set a school record for sacks in a game?
Yeah.
Wow. And how many was that? 4 or 5?
I don't remember seeing
4.
What was it? Was it 4?
It was 4. 4 sacks. Yeah, he still has a long way to go to break the NFL record by Derek Thomas.
True.
He's a linebacker, Derek Thomas. Come on.
Yeah. That's ridiculous. Was he an outside linebacker?
I think so. I know, he played in '90s.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. God bless his soul.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of more like a classy version of an LT. But
sure.
He was really good, all around for during his time with the Kansas City Chiefs.
Okay, that makes sense. Now that you mention that, I kind of remember him, because wasn't he still around during the Harbaugh era?
Yeah.
I remember that, dude.
I actually saw, a Colts game back in the late 90s, during the Peyton Manning, second year, rookie.
Yeah.
They were beating the Chiefs, and Derek Thomas was, still alive then.
Okay.
Interesting is I saw Warren Moon run the ball for the last 2 times because one of the quarterbacks got knocked out of the game. So.
Oh, and he was the backup.
Yeah, Warren Moon was the backup for the Chiefs in the last year or 2 or so.
Oh, I forgot about this. I don't usually do this. I'm not sure. I've since sworn off of doing this. I went to Super.
Oh, come on.
I've since sworn. Okay, maybe I didn't do it. Okay, good. I guess I had second thoughts. I promise this was recorded back at the beginning of the December. Yeah, I should at least cut that a video, right? Yeah.
You know that's like you're watching the game-winning field goal and the cable goes out. You're like, what in the world's going on? What did he do? What did he do?
Most definitely. You know, I think we have enough fun with this that I've been convinced just to let it go and let it record. And for one thing, it's that these last couple games, this one not included, I've been able to record it without seeing the result, which is tricky. I won't go into the details, but anyway, for whatever reason, I must have been watching this game and needing to get my brother's computer back to him, because I have to have my brother's computer to record these things. It's a big mess, but anyway, this will be the first and only game that features super simming due to my impatience. Now I just let it roll for an hour, and then I come in and stop it.
Federation plans are doing a hurry-up drill, like, no, if Federation plans could, like, at least, score quickly, they could have still a chance to pull it off.
That they might, and Ric Flair just hit Han Solo on the unbroadcasted play inside the 10.
Now you brought in this factor of super simming, and I'm just like, we must be having an amazing game, but we've super simmed our way through it, so I have no idea how we got to where he is.
I know, I totally forgot about this. This hasn't been on any other games. Oh no, now I'm going back to non-super sim. I forgot that I did this. Oh, that was Darth Vader getting a reception. I forgot to tell you he's on your team, Wes. So,
that's quite a lot. Come on.
Oh, Gonzo stoned. And of course, who else but Java is involved in making the stop?
Come on, Gonzo, where's your nose? Come on.
Yeah, you ought to stiff arm. Yeah, that's right. You should stiff arm with that thing. An unnecessary jump.
Federation is down, but not out.
That's right. It's still possible. They're still fighting.
Oh. So it doesn't automatically always choose to kick the field goal. I would not have minded a 2-point attempt.
Right. Let's see. It pretty much goes by what's called the chart that coaches use. I'm trying to think in that situation. In that situation, I don't think it benefits you a whole lot, because let's say you got a 2-point conversion there, and then you score another touchdown and get another 2-point conversion, you're still down by 4. So it hasn't helped you a whole lot. Whereas if you just kick extra points, you're down by 6. You do the same thing in either case.
True. Okay, that makes sense.
So that's why the computer did that. The computer will go for 2 if say you're down by 8, you know what I mean? And you score a touchdown, you're down by 2, you can count on the computer to close that gap, as long as it's like in the 4th quarter.
Okay, that makes sense.
So, yeah, there won't be any situations where you're down by 2 and it kicks the extra point and you're like, why? So, that will be a point. Which that would suck.
Oh, I'll bet.
Yeah.
I kind of never thought about it because most of the games were not even close when we did those commentaries.
Yeah, that's true. We kind of got spoiled. I wish now we'd had a chance to do those first 2, because we had a 14-9 and 44-42 game, then a 14-7. But this is going to make the 3rd in a row that's been settled by at least 2 touchdowns. Although, if the Federation can get a turnover, something could change. This is quads to the right. This is such a spread, ridiculous formation. It is a play.
Man, we're trying to go back and handoff, going there. Oh,
no!
Oh, no, he's short.
Now are they going to go for it?
Oh, that was the 3rd? I thought it was 4th down. Oh, that's...
Oh, they're still going to get a field goal on
flag on the play.
I hope this isn't on you, Wes. This could be huge if it is. Oh, no! Oh, man! Timothy McLeod, get off of my cloud!
So they declined it.
Oh, they take the points.
Yeah.
Okay then.
not only that, still 2-possession game.
Yeah, Wes, you are a touchdown, 2 touchdowns and 2-point conversions away from tying this thing up. Whew, I almost thought we were going back to Super Sim.
Yeah. Yeah, glad Wes mentioned that, because that could be a possibility.
That's right, yeah, the 2-point conversion. Oh, yeah. And the game track, it's been all about those Mandalore DTs. Who could have seen them being just huge impact players on the defense? We're just seeing sack after sack by Jabba the Hutt, fat bastard helping out as well. He just comes in like a missile.
I'm going to make a prediction. It's going to be like one of these, and I'm going to bring current events in here. It's one of these, Newt Gingrich is going to win.
Yes, bring it on.
I'm going to bring it on. At some point in this season, one, if not both of those defensive tackles is going to get injured, and it's going to be their stinking fault.
Okay.
I don't think anybody's going to do it to them. I think that because they're so stinking aggressive, they're going to pull something, something.
Okay, I could see this happening. I really could. All right, so Wes has his prediction. We will be looking out as Mandalore's season progresses to see if it comes to pass.
And I unfortunately predict many more of those sacks will be happening in the rest of the season as well, but that's just...
Well, although, I mean, everybody has struggled against these DTs. I mean, they are just studs. I mean, I forget how exactly Jeff managed to beat them in week 1, and I guess it was with running off tackle with Terminator, just running around the guy.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, Mandalore's offense did nothing in that game.
Okay.
But they're just a tough.
Again with...
Yeah. So frustrating. Right through the middle.
It's not been a great day for Ric Flair after all. I don't know how many picks he has. I don't know, like 10 or 11.
Yeah, and then, and then beyond that, when he's not getting sacked, so many hurries.
Mm-hmm.
Just a tough day at the afternoon.
Yeah, basically, like, without those sacks, I think Flair could have like a reasonable game.
I do. He had a great throw to Smeagol on the touchdown. He had a couple good plays, but when you're always facing second or third and long because of a huge sack or busted up running play in the backfield, it's hard to get much else going.
Yeah. Which is why I say it makes sense for you to get a little more running in my team in there.
Yeah.
I think when you put so much pressure on the quarterback you're just always putting him in those hurry up or needing to make that clutch play, and if he's not, and he demonstrated from what I've seen so far, he's not consistently stepping up to the plate.
Oh, that's absolutely right.
So as a coach, I'm thinking I need to give him another option.
I think you do. I mean, he's an average to below average quarterback for us. He's like a 70 over. He's like in the C range. So I think you're dead on, Wes. And Gonzo has run well, and he just hasn't had that many opportunities. So I think you're spot on. You want to give Gonzo more chances to run the ball, and it'll take the pressure off Flair. And I really like it as a strategy.
Yeah, so. It's kind of like Jake Keller before he broke his thumb. Like he really got blitzed like maybe the first 2 or 3 games, and like during that span before the injury, he kind of like mainly went balanced, and Matt Forte kept running the ball, and
sure,
Keller just made decent throws. That's just kind of what it is right now for Federation of Planets.
Yeah.
Be more balanced.
Mm-hmm.
All right, men. Well, as you can see there, we have about exactly a minute of actual recording time. So if you've got any last thoughts on the game and all of our other shenanigans, now would be the time.
Well, I'll give
go first, Dave.
All right, very quick. I give Mandalore a lot of credit. They blitz well. They responded like all the turnovers, which 2 of them went for touchdowns, and mainly the D was like the offense of the day for the entire game.
Yeah, definitely. Wes, 20 seconds?
I agree with that. The score reflects the fact that this was a defensive game. That, I mean, and not to take away from the offense, but it was a defensive game.
Okay, very well said. Well, next week we'll look forward to Constantinople and Mobile. We thank you guys for joining.